a little bit of a delay now. Let's see. Maybe playbacks. Okay, let me type something here in the chat. Hello, anyone? I don't know if everybody's seeing me or not. I haven't done a live stream in so long, it's unbelievable. Let me turn the radios back up. Oop. Well, I'll be darned. When you know it. I was listening to Radio Romania, and by the time I got everything set up, they've signed off. So let me see what else I can find. They do another band scan. Oop. There we go. Hey, somebody's watching me. Thanks, James, for saying something. I didn't know if this was working or not. I haven't done a live stream, especially directly on YouTube, in months. Let me know if the video and audio is coming through. I'd appreciate that. Maybe we'll get something done here. Maybe not. See, I'm not watching myself. This is where I need Rob. I wonder if I can invite Rob by any chance. Let's see. Share. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. This is scanning right now. I'm trying to see if it can find some stations. Hey, Cindy. Coming through fine. All right. I haven't done this in so long. I just started pushing buttons. I was down here in my workshop, and at the time, I was receiving Radio Romania clear as a bell on 7220, and I guess by the time I got set up, they went off the air. So I'm having the Texan H501 do another scan of the shortwave band. And then we can see what we can hear. I was getting a lot of stations. It is 5:45 here in Clearwater, Florida. This is November 6th. And it's turned a little bit cold here in Florida. I didn't announce the stream. I just thought I'd try it. Kind of rusty as far as doing streams. And I thought there would be a period where I could test the video and audio before it went live, but it jumped right in there live. There we go. Now that's not any good. This thing gets bleed over in the lower part of the shortwave band. So let's go up. Uh-oh, my battery's going dead. Oh my gosh. Let me see if we got a good battery on the other battery. It's probably dead too. I keep forgetting to charge this radio. Let's see what that says. That one looks a little better. I don't know if it'll last. That's the beauty of this radio, is it has two no, it's dead too. Well, I guess we won't use that tonight. I do have a charger right here, so maybe we can charge it up while I'm messing around here. Make sure this is the right kind of cable. I don't think it is. Yeah, this is the old-fashioned USB connector. This might be the right size. My eyes are so bad I can't tell anymore. Find out in a second. There, I think it went in. Got it turned off. Got it turned off. So let's see if I can charge that battery for a few minutes. Maybe that'll help. Let's see. I can't tell if it's charging. It doesn't look like it's charging. No. No, that's not the right cable. Do I have the right cable down here? I'm just fiddling around in my workshop. And I don't have the right cable to charge the batteries in this radio, so we're just going to put this radio aside. And we'll stick with Big Bertha tonight. So let's turn Big Bertha up. And I was getting Radio Romania on 7220 really strong about 20 minutes ago when I started this fiasco. But it's dropped off. Right now, I've got my Megaloop antenna connected to this radio. So let's tune the band a little bit here. Get past the ham band. There we go. 7325. Let me see what that is. Spanish. Of course. 7325. Sounds very close, strong. I'll be darned. According to the short-wave.info website that has a listing of shortwave stations, it says right now this is Radio Romania and they're broadcasting in Spanish, which they are. That's Radio Romania. Can you believe that? That's coming in good. Now we go back to where I'm streaming so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, let me check the chat. Let me check the chat room. There's quite the video I'm seeing on my screen of what's being transmitted is really behind times. It's probably 20 seconds late. Okay, anyway, we originally had James Hyde, then we had Sydney Long from Maryland, then we had Four Wheel Camper from Colorado, we had Mark Ager from Vancouver, and then we had Paolo Rob, message retracted. I guess he didn't want to leave a message. Or he didn't like the message he was leaving. Then we got Louis, just curious, where did you buy the shortwave? That looks great. You mean the Big Bertha here? I bought it off an individual. And the little one I had on before is my Texan H-501, which I got from Anna, ANON-CO website from Anna. She sent that to me for a review. And now Palos is back. Says, hey Tom, Rob from Chicago area. Thanks for doing a nighttime stream. I can actually watch you live. Yeah, I go to bed early normally, but it gets dark right now because we haven't switched back over to daylight savings time, so it's dark outside at 5:30. Okay, there's just me from Texas. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I just was down in my workshop and band conditions were pretty good, so I thought, what the heck, let's share it and see what other people are doing. Let me turn this back up. This is Radio Romania. 7325, and according to the short-wave.info web page, they are broadcasting in Spanish, which that's what I believe I'm hearing. So I had hoped, but I didn't plan this. I had hoped I could show you the Texan 501 versus Big Bertha, but it turns out the battery, both batteries, it has two batteries and you can switch between the two. Both are dead. I forgot to charge them. I don't have the right charging cable down here. Matter of fact, let me unplug that because that's not the right cable. Let me just look real quick. I can't believe I don't have a correct cable down here. I guess I don't. It must be up in my office. Wouldn't you know it? So anyway, I can't do that. So we're just going to play with Big Bertha. Hey Scott, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Watching the crazy man play with his toys. I wish I had the cable so I could charge the battery in this thing. Why? You would think with all the USB cables I have, I would have one down here. I do have one down here, but it's not the right connector, I don't think. Actually, it looks like the... Where's my magnifying glass? I don't see my magnifying glass. I am in bad shape tonight. I'm trying to determine if this is a B or a C. I think it's a B, which is what this radio expects on its charging port. And I plugged it in, but it didn't look like it was charging. Let me try it one more time, see if I can get it plugged all the way in. That feels nice and snug. You have to bear with me, I'm just kind of winging it. Now, unplug it. Maybe this symbol doesn't vary when it's charging like some of the other radios. Let me unplug it. No, it's not charging it. Let me go to battery A. Now battery A shows it's fully charged, but of course when I turn it on, the charge level is going to go down. I say the charge, now a few minutes ago it showed the battery was almost dead. Now it shows it's working, fully charged. Oh boy, I'm having trouble tonight. Maybe I should just go back to bed. Yeah, it shows it fully charged. All right, we're going to try it. We're going to use something I haven't mentioned, what I'm using for antennas. Let's go to 7325. Whoops, wrong mode. Yeah. We tilt this up so you can see it. And plug this charger. It's coming clear. Now, let me tell you what we got. This is the Texan H-501X, one of the brand new Texan radios. And then I got Big Bertha, which is a Grundig Satellite 800, old as I am. And the Texan has the MFJ 31-foot vertical antenna plugged into the side of it, and Big Bertha has my Mega Loop antenna plugged into it. So that's the setup. And let me get things kind of a little bit more arranged. Now maybe we're ready to go on the air after all this stuff. Let me check the chat room. I'm so far behind. Let's see who we got. We got Jeep Dog from Florida. Hey, Jeep Dog, another Florida person. Sparkazilla. Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. Sparkazilla 85. How you doing? And Palos Rob says Big Bertha should always be your go-to radio. She is. Even though she's quite old, she's quite good. Just me, I need a Big Bertha to keep my S2000 company. Yep. I've got in the background here, you probably can't see it. Maybe I'll zoom over there a little bit. Watch me break the camera. I got the Grundig little sister of Big Bertha, the Grundig 750 over there. And see what else we got. SparkyZilla 85 says, I'm considering getting a Big Bertha off an eBay with my Christmas bonus money this year. SparkyZilla, be very careful. There were some problems initially with the satellite 800, and some of them got damaged because they had the AC adapter was not good. This one, the gentleman that had it before me, had a knockoff AC adapter, and it created zillions and zillions of RF noise. It was unusable. And luckily, one of my subscribers saw me do a video on this. This was many years ago when I first did the video on it. And he had an extra good one, and he sent it to me, so I was able to use it. Now, in the meantime, what the failure mode was, if you put batteries in this thing and try to run off batteries, it drains the batteries so fast that they leak and they're damaged and they leak inside. Mine did that too, but luckily it didn't get inside and I caught it. It happened, I put the batteries in and it set for like 5 days, and I noticed this stuff coming out from the back of it, battery acid or whatever, and it was leaking. Oh my gosh, I was sick. But it left a little residue in there, but so far, that's been 6 or 7 years ago, still working good. I'll never put any more batteries in that radio. So, where was I? Palos Rob, how about a future nighttime live stream with scanners? I can do that. I haven't done streaming by myself in ages. The most recent streams I've done with Rob 741 channel, because he knows how to do it properly, and it really takes 2 people to do it properly. And so I haven't tried to do it myself. Tonight I was just down here and I said, what the heck? I'm going to see if I can go live and get some inputs from people about how they're doing with their shortwave listening, because shortwave listening is improving considerably in the past couple of weeks. So things are looking up. So and plus it's cooled off finally here in Florida, so I can get into my workshop, which is just a closed up garage. And so in the summertime, it's really hot in here. So that's another reason I'm down here. Wow, we got a lot of people in the chat. That's good. Let's see. Chris Blackwell from Florida, but now live in Michigan. Well, that's a switch, going from nice warm Florida to cold Michigan. KJV, only Anthony, hello from Texas. Ronald, I love the ATS 25. Rob, you got to tell us more about the ATS 25. It's kind of caught my eye, but I've read good and bad things about it. One of the bad things is the workmanship seems to vary, and so the quality control is not as good as it could be. I've got it on my short list, but I'm kind of holding off. So let us know about that. Louis, any more giveaways? I've backed off on giveaways because YouTube has gotten so restrictive about what you can do as far as giveaways. I got plenty of stuff to give away, but it's just, you got all these things that you have to, these rules you have to follow on giveaways. And it just became a hassle. So I've stopped. Maybe I'll start doing them again since it's the holidays. Good time to give away things. Have a little bit of tea there. Okay, Sparkazilla 85 says, thanks for the advice. Luckily I like to buy radios from Big Apple 59. Okay, if you got somebody you can trust. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's the way to go, Sparky. Somebody you can trust. And I love this radio. Yes, you gotta get one for your collection. I know you got a really nice collection, but this would be a great radio for your collection. Palace Rob, you're doing just great. Thanks, I appreciate that, because I haven't done this a while, and I don't think I've ever done it directly on YouTube, streaming directly on YouTube. I've never done, I don't think I've ever done that. Maybe once. It was so simple that I just bing bang and boom, it was streaming. Matter of fact, I didn't even know I was live there for a while, so the beginning of the stream was kind of chaotic. Okay, we got Gary Blackenby from Oklahoma. Maurice from you guys are really jumping in there. I appreciate it. Can we get to, I'm so busy. See, this is why you need at least two people. One person to deal with the chat and one to play with the radios. And I'm trying to do it all myself. So let's go play with the radios. This is Radio Romania from Romania, according to the website short-wave.info, and according to that website, they should be broadcasting in Spanish, which they are. And we got it on Big Bertha using my Megaloop antenna, and we got it on the Texan H-501X using my MFJ 31-foot vertical antenna. We turn it up. Except they're playing music, so I have to turn that down. Okay, let's see what we got in the chat. It's always great to see, from Powell's, it's always great to see you with Rob 74. Yeah, Rob's been extremely busy, so that's why we haven't done any streaming together. And thank you. I've struggled with doing streaming myself, just mainly because I don't do it much. And I really, like I said before, I really haven't done it using the direct feed through YouTube. And I didn't think it would work, but it's apparently working pretty good. Let's see, I did a band scan with the 501. So let's see what else it found. We go back to memory channels. And the one problem this radio has is frequencies below 3 megahertz. It gets images from the medium wave band. So that's what I picked up here. Let me get past those. Of course, the scan was done a half hour ago.
That's a very severe foam ruler. It's a very dangerous form of ruler. Not just a normal ruler. There is no oxygen. These red blood cells cannot function at all.
Okay, that's 5.05. Let me go over to Shortwave and look that up. Sounds close because it's really strong. 5050. Bingo. Go. And the answer is WWRB in Morrison, Tennessee. Yep, that sounds familiar. Okay, let's see what it does on Big Bertha. 5050. Oh yeah.
It's not just one patient. There's multiple witnesses here, people. I just figured out it's so severe malfunction in blood.
Now we have a lot of variables here, besides just the two different radios. We've got different antennas, different cables. The Big Bertha is getting the Megaloop feed through a switch, which also switches in my SDR. So there's another variable there. But they're, at least on the strong signals, they're sounding about the same. Let's go to the next one on this guy. Turn the volume back up. Okay, that's loud and clear. 5085, playing music. Whoop, went right past it. Yeah, that's got to be close. Let me look that up for you. 5085 is probably out of Tennessee. And yes, out of Lebanon, Tennessee. That's WTWW. Now, even though these stations are close by, relatively, they are really strong. I mean, we got a S9 here on Big Bertha, and we got a 52, 54 on the Texan. Let me go back to the chat, see what we got going on there. Where in the heck is my stream? There it is. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, Sparky says, I need something to replace one of my FRG7s that died on me. Oh man, I'd like to get my hands on a good, clean FRG7. That's been on my short list for a long time. Then we have Maurice, KDOFCY. Thanks for stopping by. And then Palos says, always great to see you with Rob's. Oh, yeah, I've already read that. Sparkzilla, WTWW usually has a really strong signal here in Wisconsin. I would expect it would. I mean, you're pretty close. Okay, what else we got? Turn this back up. Get off the music. Nothing there. 5935. That sounds like the Overcomer. 5935. Let me look that up for you.
Now imagine that. come in to the church or they want to talk to me, and they're not recognizing release means release. It means the gate was open, the water went out, empty. There's nothing left. It's being cleaned out. It's being cleansed, just like the ransom that had that cleansing effect.
Yeah, that's WWCR out of Nashville, Tennessee, the University Network. All right, let's go on. Turn this one down. I'm using this as a reference because it did a band scan. 5970. Little weak. Probably out of Tennessee also. 5970 on Big Bertha. Yeah, let's check that one out. Trying to find something exciting for you. That Radio Romania was booming in. That was kind of exciting. Okay, 5970 is most likely WEWN3 in Spanish. Could be a couple other stations. That's the one thing that's confusing. There's on shortwave. There's lots of countries broadcasting on the same frequency. So using the short-wave.info website gives you a little help because it tells you during a given time what language is being spoken. That sounds like Spanish, which would be WEWN. Let me look it up. See, I don't recognize the name of the city. Alabama, in Alabama, yeah, okay. All right, let me go back to where we are. We're streaming here somewhere. Where are you, Rob? I need your help. I'm not doing too good here. Gary says, between Big Bertha and the Texan, which seems to be a better purchase? Whoa, that's a difficult question. From my experience, I've only had the Texan for about 3 months. They are about the same in general. Now, it's going to be hard to find a Big Bertha. She is a collector's item. You'll probably, unless you get real lucky like I did, you'll probably pay $500 for that. Where this one is presently about $275, I think. So, big difference in price. This is, of course, modern technology. This is actually stereo. The Texan is stereo. Has lots of functions that came out after Big Bertha. Maybe Sparky knows the vintage of Big Bertha. I don't remember. 1980, maybe? I don't remember. And it takes up a lot of room. Big Bertha, as you can see, she is big. That's why I call her Big Bertha. She takes up a lot of room, where this Texan, which is doing just as well, takes up a lot less room and is portable. Supposedly this is portable because it has the rack mount handles, but it's not portable by any means. Okay, let's see what else. We get a little drink of tea. Okay, let's see what else we got in the chat here. Mag 315. I have an old Yaesu FRG 770, and it's been a great radio. Would love to have a good FRG 7. I agree with you, Mag 315. I like to have a frog. They call them frogs. Frog 7. Many years ago, a friend of mine had one, and he showed it to me, and boy, I've been trying to find a clean one that's working good. They get beat, most of them get beat up pretty bad, so it's hard to find a clean one. And CJ, I like that knob on the front of the satellite 800 for sure. I mean, this big tuning knob, yeah. If you're old school like I am, I'm ancient school. You like knobs and buttons and switches and stuff like that. I've got some monster radios behind me, some old Collins radios that has dozens and dozens of knobs on it that I used to play with. The only reason I don't play with those too much anymore is because they're away from my antennas, and I can no longer pick them up to move them over to my bench where my antennas are. So, but I spent many and many of hours with those old Collins radios and Helicrafter radios. All right, let's move on. That's kind of weak. That's noisy. That's good. Six 6.05. 6050. Kind of weak. Sounds Spanish. Let me look it up. Now that could be HCJB, which is in, let's look up where that could be. That could be in South America, in Ecuador. That could be coming out of Ecuador. Let me turn it up on here. Spanish, yeah, definitely sounds like Spanish. Hey Jeff, how you doing? I'm ready for some more radios, Jeff. Okay, moving on. That's clear.
If I'm focused only on perception and worry about how I'm perceived, I'm going to miss the truth. So we proclaim.
6115. 6115. Oh, yeah. That's got to be out of probably Tennessee.
That aren't true. So the perception's going to be off. But God knows your truth. And when you're in that position, because you stood boldly, God looks down and says, I'm smiling really big on you right now.
Let me ask this, the end of that story. How did you respond to HGTV, just as an example of a good way to do it?
Well, we specifically reached out to them and said, look, we
Okay, what does it say? That's got to be out of Tennessee. Yeah, that's WWCR out of Nashville, Tennessee. All right, come on, let's get something across the bay here. Oh my gosh. 6160. Let's turn that down. That's music. 6160. Whoa, now the Texan's doing a little better on that frequency. Let me figure out what it is. (6160), and the answer is in Florida. Whoa, that could be China radio. No, let's see. Come on, get down there. Well, it could be coming out of Korea, because the other thing it shows is WBCQ, and all the broadcasts right now in Monticello are in English. Let me see if she quit singing. Yeah, that's English. So that's probably WBCQ out of Monticello. Let me go back to the chat here. Struggling a little bit trying to keep up. Whoa, okay, what we got here? MSTAX out of Ecuador. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, Sparky says the Grundig Satellite 800 Millennium, which is what I've got, was produced in 2000. Okay, thanks for that. Douglas Perry says, hi, the mighty KBC, I forget what frequency it's on. It's on various frequencies. Douglas Perry, WRMI maybe. Now you guys got to keep in mind that your chat might be delayed from what I'm actually tuning. So, and Sparky confirms 6.160 is WBCQ out of Monticello, Maine. Alrighty, that's the help I needed. Thanks. And we got Jim F. from Rhode Island. So let's move on. Spanish. We're only up to 6 megahertz. 6185. Whoop. Punched that up wrong. This is where two people come in handy, because one could be looking up these frequencies. 6185. Because I sure don't remember them. My memory's shot. That could be out of Mexico City. XEPPM. Radio Education, I don't know what it is. That's probably what it is. Mexico City. Let's go on. That's ham band. That's clear. I gotta learn how to speak Spanish. A lot of these stations I receive are in Spanish. 7325. 7325. Oh, yeah. That's got to be close by.
y todo lo que en este momento pues se ha convertido en la segunda variedad blanca cultivada en Rioja y con unos resultados turísticos.
No, let's see.
Estoy de acuerdo contigo que hay que romper el mito entre Rioja, o sea, entre la elaboración de frutas
Radio Romania, possibly.
variedades como la Viura,
Broadcasting in Spanish right now. Yep.
pero el problema era que estaban
This time of the night, I have been getting recently Radio Romania. Now, for the past 2 years, I haven't been able to get it at all. So that's a sign of things are improving. Let's go on. That one's pretty weak. We're going to skip these ones that are hard to understand. Does anybody speak English? Besides the preacher man?
Ele ou ela tenha nascido mesmo antes do dilúvio.
Boy, that's strong.
Mas neste momento, estando já
9330. Ooh,
se tornar seus melhores.
that's booming in.
Quando você tem Iawa como o centro de sua
Yeah, that's S9.
quem entrar em contato será o seu melhor amigo.
É verdade. E conheceremos pessoas
Spanish, of course.
passadas e teremos tempo para estar com os anjos e a Rúshua e a
Did he say Tampa?
Yahweh. Para finalizar, quero apenas acrescentar de que
Which is across the bay from me.
aqui na Terra será pouco pelo fato de alcançarmos a eternidade e de podermos estar com o Pai e com o Filho.
That's
Eu gostaria
Let me turn
que
down.
tivéssemos mais tempo para falarmos
that's WBCQ out of Monticello, loud and clear.
o www.worldlastchance.com/português e clicar no ícone rádio
Portuguese, yep.
WLC.
Yep, they're broadcasting in Portuguese right now. Nope, we got music, got to turn that off. All right, let's go to the chat while we're waiting. And let me see. Gary says, just to let you know, Hamrad, I really enjoyed your recent SDR++ videos and update on the solar flux numbers. Well, thank you. I've had a lot of fun learning how to use SDR++. It's very similar to SDR Sharp, which I kind of got away from because there were so many plugins and getting them installed and stuff like that just became a hassle, so I kind of gave up on it. Where this one, he's got all the plugins, not all the plugins that SDR Sharp has, but he's got a lot of plugins and they're already pre-installed, so it makes it much easier. I was actually using it about an hour ago, looking for signals. That's the beauty of an SDR, is you see on the screen, you see the spectrum display, and you can actually see some of these little tiny weak stations and tune them, and then use all the variables you have in an SDR software program to tune it in, change the bandwidth to any number you want, change the RF gain. I've gone to the dark side. I like SDRs, and I really like the ones from SDR Play. All right, I've babbled enough on that subject. Let's go back to the chat here. Rush Time Machine is in Rhode Island too. Okay, thanks for stopping by for my crazy little show. Yeah, Jeff King points out that he's using a whip antenna, and whip antennas just don't get it right now because the shortwave bands are not that good. You need something much longer. Even if you just use 20 feet of wire attached to your whip antenna. But as I pointed out in my last show, my shortwave listening tips. You got to get away from the RF noise that's in your house. Go outside. Better yet, find a park that's away from power lines and houses, because you're going to get that RF noise. Now, what I'm using right now, the two antennas that I'm using are outside. They're one's 12 feet in the air, which is the mega loop, and the vertical is 31 feet at the top, and the signal is brought in through shielded cable to keep all the RF noise that's in my house from getting on that antenna and getting into the radio. So yeah, Jeff, you're going to struggle without an external antenna at least 20 feet long. That's the bare minimum. Okay, so much for babbling. Let's go on. Julia Caesar says flat Earths on 9330. I think that's where yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm listening to. All right, thanks for the confirmation. Thank you very much. It says it comes here in southern Bastille. I'm not sure where Bastille is. Jeff King. If that's WWCQ, it's begging my needle here. It's pegging my needle here. Yeah. Yeah, you're much closer, Jeff, to them than I am. Plus, you're on the west coast of Florida. I am on the east coast. So you do have several advantages. Mel says hello from Los Angeles. Hello, Mel. Julia Caesar says, I also have the Grundig, Satellite 800. It needs to be recapped and realigned. I'll do a speaker upgrade, for there's plenty of space inside. The original speaker does not make up for its great quality. I haven't had any problems with the original speaker. And then Jim F says the MIA-30 Plus does a good job of handling noise. Yep, right now that's my number one antenna, the Mega Loop MLA 30 Plus. Okay, Gary says, yes, we are all going to have to all speak Spanish, or we'll have to listen to the preacher man. You got that right. You got that right. It really depends on the time of day, because a lot of these stations broadcast in different languages, different times of the day. Tygo, Julia, I can't read the Spanish, okay. Thanks for stopping by anyway. So let me get a good old spot of tea here. Yes, Mag 315, the 800s eats batteries. As I told you a little story early on, in that when I got this one, the gentleman that I bought it from did not have the proper AC adapter, and the one he had created a lot of noise, unusable. And so I put batteries in this, and within 5 days, it had sucked the life out of those batteries so much that they leaked in the radio. And luckily it didn't cause any damage, but I was sick when I saw goo coming out of the back of this radio. But I cleaned it up, and it's been working for many years now. So yeah, I don't ever run this on batteries anymore. Sparky, Preacher Man is fun to listen to if you enjoy bonker programs on shortwave, which I do. Yeah, he's pretty crazy. Richard, thanks for stopping by, 2003. A lot of those religious programs are broadcast from the United States. Yes, most of them are. Alrighty. Tygo says amazing receivers. Yes, they are. Both of them. Okay, we're going to move on here. We're just Only halfway through the band. Turn the volume back up. Spanish music on 9.420. Let me look that up for you. I'm really slow here, I'm sorry. What could that be? Helsinki? No. Greek? That did sound like a little bit about like Greek music. Is that Greek or Spanish? I don't know. But it says 9420 is Helsinki, and it's, let's see what the map shows. It's in Greece. Nah. Am I getting Greece? Oh, I need a confirmation on that. 9420. 9420. I'm not sure. That kind of sounds a little bit like Spanish, but I don't know anything but English. So let me check the chat room. Maybe somebody can help me out here. Yes, Mag 315. I like my 660, my PL 660, and I like the 680 even better. Mel says, thinking of picking up the MLA 30. Any advice? Do they come with instructions? There's not much to them, Mel. They come with a stainless steel wire loop. You hook that to the amplifier box. You hook the coax cable that comes with it to that. You bring it in to your shack. You hook that up to the radio, and it comes with. See if I can show you. If I can get it slide over here. No, it's not going to slide. Let me unscrew the antenna. Oh, no, I'm gonna have to, okay, come on. Oops. I got a tangled mess here. It comes with this little box. This is the, oh, it's upside down. This is the power box to power the amplifier that's up on the antenna. I think it's 5 volts. And you have to supply, it supplies the cable for the power. You have to supply a little cube similar to this one to provide 5 volts AC. And without that USB power supply, you ain't going to get much. And you have to have that preamplifier that's up on the antenna turned on. I only have mine. The center of the loop is only about 12 feet in the air, and it's doing as good as my 31-foot vertical antenna. So you have this connector goes to the antenna, this connector goes to your receiver. Now, let me hook the antenna back up. Oh, come on. So it's pretty simple, and it's very inexpensive. Now, it doesn't do as good as your $300, monster loop antenna, but it does a pretty darn good job. I can say right now it's my best antenna. Okay. And you can get them from my Amazon store. I had to throw that plug in there. Boy, I'm so far behind on the chat, I can't keep up. Let's see, where are we? Sparkzilla says, confirms it is Greece on 9420, and he does confirm that they play music in other languages. CJ Ocean says 9420. Tygo, thank you, Mag. I really like it. I'm not sure what that is referring to. I can see I'm falling behind. Oh, the 660, he's referring to 660. Yes, it's good radio. Tom says, I like that Satellite 800. Gee, I'm talking to myself. Richard, 2003, 9420, Greece for sure. And it's booming in, or was. Yeah. Got to turn that down. It's music. Can't play music. Okay. I'm sorry I'm not keeping up with you guys. Mel says thank you. I don't remember what for. Jeff King says, so is Alex Jones, referring to Sparky's comment about Preacherman. Matthew J. Oh, cool. Finally caught a live broadcast. Yeah, Matthew J., I haven't done a live broadcast in quite a while. In the past, I was doing them with Rob, 741 channel, but he is extremely busy right now. So I just thought, what the heck? I'll see if I can do it myself tonight. And it seems to be working out. Except I'm not keeping up with the chat. Let's see. Tygo says, I realize that this type of Chinese antenna is very successful in the United States. I think I will buy one and test. Yes, I've had very good luck with it. I got mine from Amazon, and I like it so well, I put it in my Amazon store. The link to my Amazon store is in the description below each video. Advertisement off. Let me get a drink of tea. The other thing, with only one person on the stream, you don't get a break. Let's see, where are we? I'm falling behind. Spark. Yeah, Matthew J. confirms it's a surprisingly good loop antenna. Jeff King, yes, pleased to confirm 9420. I'm getting it good on my whip. That's great. He's using a realistic DX-440 radio. Richard, 2003. I am listening to it all. Now that's what I want. I want these reports, these reception reports. That's what I like. And if you have a station you're listening to that I haven't tried, let me know and I'll try it. Thanks, Richard. Jay Wind. Hello from suburban Philadelphia. How you doing, Jay Wind? All right, now we're caught up. Let's see what else we got. Nothing there. Nope. I did the scan almost an hour ago. I just realized that my big clock out here has stopped, so it's not 5:45, it's 9 o'clock. Holy cow, I didn't realize that. Past my bedtime. So I did this original scan around 6:30. I thought. I don't know what time it was really. 11780. Kind of weak. That's probably out of town. That could be out of Brasilia, South America. Pretty weak. Let's go on. That's it. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this do a band scan again while I catch up on the chat. And we'll just see if there's anything new. If there's not, then we'll call it quits for tonight. I want to thank everybody that stopped by my ridiculously crazy show. Got it off the cuff. And since this seemed to have worked, I will now try to schedule some live shows and maybe even get Rob on. Although I have no idea how to invite somebody into the show using the YouTube streaming option. I don't know how to do that. Maybe Rob does. Okay, moving on. Where are we? Oh, Mag315 points out that the good thing about loop antennas is they don't need to be very high in the air to work good. Yeah, mine's only about 12 feet. Tom, full daylight is here in South Australia. Oh, you're in Australia, Tom. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're not going to hear much during the day, Tom. Jay Wynn, to Julio, I hear that the flat earth is the big in South America. Okay. Yeah, Mag315. Got to change our clocks tonight in the United States. I hate that. I hate that changing the clocks twice a year. It's like, it's ridiculous nowadays. And I've got so many things that I have to change clocks. For instance, all my radios don't automatically change the clocks. Okay, we got, the Radio Geek. Thanks for stopping by. It's really 8 o'clock time. You need to set your clock back an hour tonight. Yeah, that's going to be fun. All my electronics, I got to change the clocks. Hate that. Sparky says, grease is coming in really good on both of my in-fed antenna wire antennas and on my 40-meter double bazooka antenna. I hope one of those antennas are one of the ones I sent you. Okay. WTWW on 5085 right now from Rob. Thanks for the report, Rob. Yeah, Tygo, I agree. Shortwave does have the power to bringing people together. I like to listen to shortwave to hear other countries' opinions of what's going on in the world. That's one of the reasons I like to listen to shortwave. Jay Wynn says 5085 is always choppy here in PA. Okay, we did another band scan. I'll go through it quickly to see if we got anything new, and then we'll wrap this up. Get off of these that are bleed over. There's 3215 again. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn the Grednik off. We'll just use this. Preacher Man. Different one. WWV's coming in already. 5 megahertz.
Finally, Elijah called fire down from the
Boy, that's loud.
in Revelation 13:13.
5.910, loud and clear. .960, loud and clear. 70, 90. Boy, they're booming in now.
Were held by liberal and social democrat teams to and is filled with demons.
Oh, that's clear. 9420, 9490, 9710, 11785, and that's it. Let me go back one. So it picked up 44 stations, of which there were about 3 down below 3 megahertz, which were just images from the medium wave band. This radio does a pretty good job. I would say that it's doing an equivalent job to Big Bertha, all things being equal. You know, we get different antennas, different cables. Keep that in mind. It may actually do better if it had the Megaloop antenna hooked to it. Don't know. Okay, we'll check the chat one more time and then we'll call it quits. I am amazed at the people that showed up for this spontaneous show. I had not done a live show in months, and those were with Rob, 741 channel, and I would thought tonight I would just see if I can do one myself using the YouTube live streaming, which I don't think I've ever tried, and it was 2 steps and I was on the air. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got, I'm so far behind. Wow, am I behind? Sheba, any suggestions for improving receptions in an apartment? Boy, that is tough in an apartment. Actually, I have heard people do pretty good using a Megaloop antenna. Now the loop on the Megaloop is about 30 inches in diameter, so it's not real big. You will need to get it close to a window or a glass door, or if you have a patio, that would be ideal. You could set it out on your patio when you're using it and then bring it back inside so you don't get in trouble if you're in an apartment. If you're in an inside apartment, it's going to be tough because you're going to get all kinds of RF noise. And again, if you're in an apartment, you probably can't have an outside antenna except a temporary one. The other thing you might consider doing is to go to a park. Take your radio, if you got a portable radio, take it to the park. All right, Sydney Long, good evening all. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Tygo, good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Matthew J. Unplugging any charger, get some snap-on ferrites. That may help. You're right. But the problem is, I'm not sure if you're referring to the trying to use a radio in the apartment or not, but just too much RF noise coming in your antenna in an apartment. Okay. Everybody's signing off. That's great because I'm going to shut down here. And I think I'm caught up. Whoop, no, I'm not. Oh my gosh. I am so far behind. Okay, people are talking to each other. That's good. Jay Wynn says 5950 from Miami has been my strongest signal lately. Yep. Tom says, what about the Kook band? I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Tom. Are you referring to the pirate band? Pirate radio? Tygo says 41 meter is dominated by Chinese stations. That's probably pretty true. Mark Montgomery, hi Tom, great idea for show. It's 106 in Bushmill, Northern Ireland. Thanks for stopping by, Mark. Jeff Keem reports on 5085 WTWW. Sheba says, thanks for those great ideas. You're quite welcome. I'm not an expert. Keep that in mind. I'm not an expert. Sparksilla says 73's Tom. 73's back to you, Sparky. Matthew J., have a good night. Okay, I think it's time to wrap it up. I can't believe it's after 9 o'clock. My bedtime is usually 8 o'clock because I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I think this was fairly successful. Again, I'd like to do some more of these live shows, and I want to set them up and announce them at least a day in advance. Hopefully, I can get some of Rob 741 channel's time like we used to do before. We used to do a monthly show, but he's been super busy. Haven't been able to do that. Thanks for watching. Everybody, have a great day and turn on your radios. Bye-bye.